Hi there guys, it's been a while since I've done I'm sliding off the chair here, a review video. I've been sort of busy doing a few things on, I've got a new website coming up, as you guys probably know, called Video Game Shrine, so you can check that out at videogameshrine.com. It's not open yet. I'm still just working on the site. I've got all these old games, like artwork and that, and I've got to organize it all and then get it on the site, and it takes a lot of time. And essentially I want to focus on new games, but I'm going to have like a special when the site opens with all the Resident Evil games, because I've collected all the Resident Evil art over the years. So yeah, I've been working on that, and just doing day-to-day stuff, and etc, etc. There's a few things I want to talk about. The first is I keep getting messages on YouTube, email, whatever. What do you think about Midway selling Mortal Kombat? What do you think about Midway going bankrupt? This is the first question I'm going to answer. For a start, Midway didn't go bankrupt like you think. There's different levels of bankruptcy. The worst kind is when a company goes bankrupt, they just sell everything, and that's it. That didn't happen with Midway. They had a Chapter 11 type bankruptcy, which meant that they got to keep all the stuff. Most of their offices, their main offices, in Chicago, and I think, is it San Diego? There's another American office that works with the Chicago office a lot. I know they worked on the Shaolin Monks title with the Chicago studio. So those two studios stayed open, and this didn't affect the international studios at all. So the ones in France and Germany, unaffected. What it did affect was they had to basically go to court and promise the court that they would try and raise this money for people who had investments in Midway, so they'd get paid, essentially. One of the things was, if they got to hold on to Mortal Kombat, a lot of the executives at Midway would get paid more. If they failed in raising the money and had to sell Mortal Kombat, they'd get less, because Mortal Kombat is a huge money-making title. That's the last thing they want to get rid of, right? So basically what's happened is it's come time for bidding, and they've had to offer up Mortal Kombat. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to sell it, but they've had to offer it up for money to pay off debt. And I hope I'm saying this all right too. If I'm saying any of this wrong, but this is the gist of what I've read everything, and I think I've got this down pat. Okay, so yeah, and basically Warner Brothers has come along and made Midway an offer of $33 million for Mortal Kombat and a few other titles, like I think Stranglehold was among them, classic titles, and Wheelman, I believe, and Game Party. That's right, Game Party. And I think the gist of what I'm getting is Midway would love to have Warner Brothers in control of the company, but it's not that simple. They can't just say, okay, we want you, Other people are involved in bidding too. There's other people out there who want Mortal Kombat, and they're not stupid, because, as we know, Mortal Kombat makes a shitload of money. Basically, each game's license is up for grabs. So if Warner Brothers win, but they say don't take the, War Gods license, it means someone else could buy it, which is interesting, So yeah, I hope Warner get it, but who knows. So basically, that's what I think. I never really considered it real bankruptcy. Like, I considered it almost bankruptcy, because they got to hold on to the game. The MK team's pretty much still together, and they just need someone with money to lead the company in the right direction. There's been some bad decisions made in the past, which has cost the company a lot of money. I think Warner are great for it. They've obviously got a lot of money, and they can, they're great at choosing games to release, and you know, they've got companies releasing Warner games. You know, you got that Batman Arkham Asylum, and I'm sure Warner were really pleased with MK vs DC Universe. You know, so yeah, it's cool. So that answers that question. The other thing I want to talk about is obviously MK9, DLC, what's going on. You know, I'm as much in the dark as you guys. And, you know, I wish I wasn't, because I'm the MK guy, you know. Everyone comes to me, you know. All I can tell you is that I've been Twittering a lot lately. And if you guys want to follow me, you can. www.twitter.com/TotalMK. Yeah, I post all the time on that. You ask me a question, I'll answer it, you know. If you want your question answered, that's the place to do it, because, you know, emails and that, you know, I get so many comments on YouTube and that, but I'm Twittering all the time, and I even post pictures a lot, so if you're into my videos and that, I think you'll find it sort of interesting, you know. But yeah, there's Ed Boon's on Twitter, and there's other people who are on Twitter that work at Midway, and you know, I've been sort of monitoring what they talk about or what they post about, and obviously none of them has said anything about MK9 or DLC, but there's been comments like, Ed Boon, I'm off to the motion capture studio today. Okay, we just worked on 3 arenas in our latest game. I think Dan Fordham made a post something like, I'm making a new music track for an upcoming game. So you know they're talking about Mortal Kombat, with the next Mortal Kombat, whatever it may be. You know, they're not allowed to say it. It is, I think it might even be related to the financial stuff that they're going through. But they're not allowed to say, and it sucks. You know, it sucks for us because we've just got to wait. Oh, there's all those people out there going, it's never going to happen. But you know, they are definitely working on DLC or MK9. I personally think they're working on both. You know, yeah. So the other thing is, Ed Boon went to E3. Midway didn't go. It was just Ed. I know even other people who work at Midway didn't get to go. So, or maybe they had the choice to go. I don't know. But I know Hector. And Hector made a post somewhere saying, I'm watching the Nintendo press conference with Brian Lieberon. We're looking for Ed Boon in the crowd. You know, he was at the Nintendo conference apparently. So Ed's at E3, but he's not there, you know, to do interviews or talk about Mortal Kombat. He's just there because he's a developer and he needs to see what other people are doing. That's part of being a developer, you know, being on the inside, you know, seeing what everyone's doing, you know, it's part of your industry. So, the only thing I hope comes out of this is, I sent Ed a message, he doesn't reply, like, yeah, he's busy in that, you know, he's not even following me, so, you know, he has to check his little @reply thing. I don't know if he does that much, but he's replied to me a few times, little things, but this is about, you know, MK. I basically sent him a message saying, while you've been at E3, has anyone pulled you aside and for an interview and asked you about the current status of Mortal Kombat? So I only sent this tonight, so I'm hoping there'll be a reply. If there isn't, I'm hoping someone did do that. I'm hoping someone did interview Ed. They saw, oh, that's Ed Boon, and grabbed him. Let's interview him, you know. And if they did, you know, I haven't heard anything, but a video could pop up any day now. And Ed might be commenting about DLC or MK9. I'm sure if he does comment, it'll be something like, yeah, we're working on something. It'll probably be something like that, you know, because they're not allowed to say, they're not allowed to officially announce it before their press department does. So that's pretty much it with the status of things with me. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, which is cool. I'm working in a local computer store. I'm on sort of a weekly trial. I hope I go okay. I should. I'm pretty good with computers and that. So, yeah, I'm just doing this video before I go to bed. been playing Resident Evil a bit. Clock Dead Space, that was a cool game. They just announced Dead Space Extraction at E3. Oh, that's what I should talk about, what they announced at E3. Oh, the first thing I'll say is I'm really cut because, like, I got a new iPhone. Haha! And that's really cool. And, yeah, I've got, like, all this MK shit on it. I'll show you guys. As you can see, there's Scorpion there. Yeah. So I've been following Twitter posts all the time, taking photos of MK things that could resemble MK things. Like, I don't know, there was some graffiti up the street, said Blaze, took a photo of that. That's pretty pathetic, I guess. But anyway, no, yeah, E3, man, there's been so many celebrities and so much cool stuff there this year. I really wish I went, you know. Yeah, I didn't get invited this year. I don't know why. I got invited last year and it was mega strict. It was mega hard to get invited to E3 last year. You had to be like friends with Bill Gates or something, you know. It was like that. It was really strict. There wasn't a lot of people there, you know. I felt really honoured that I was invited. So I thought I was sort of on a list, but I got nothing this year. Nothing. Maybe Midway have something to do with it. I don't know. But I've asked them that before and they said they don't. So yeah, no invite for TMK this year. I was still thinking about going, but I don't know. It costs a lot when I go, so I'm thinking maybe next year I'll go. But I really wish I went. They had the Ghostbusters car parked at the front of the convention centre. Fuck! I mean, you guys saw me post about Ghostbusters, how I missed out on playing it and that. Oh man. And this year they got the car, the actual Ecto 1 car, parked at the front of the convention centre. If any of you guys are in LA, you guys should go down to the convention centre just to see the fucking Ghostbusters car. I mean, that is so cool, man. Oh, so jealous. And they have like an inflatable Marshmallow Man at the front too, and yeah, they're demoing the game and that, and yeah, so they got Ghostbusters there. They got a whole lot of cool games announced. New Super Mario Brothers Wii, which was like the new Super Mario Brothers on DS, but now it's like on Wii. It's like 4-player simultaneous. Looks really fun. Mario Galaxy 2. There's a whole lot of DS games, like RPGs, like Golden Sun, and I'm looking forward to this game coming out called the Legendary Starfy. It's like a little star guy, mega cute, and it can do all these things. It's like a rip-off of Sonic. It's like Sonic and Mario mixed together. It looks like real fun. Yeah, there's Capcom's announced more. They showed more gameplay from Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, and I'm a huge Phoenix Wright fan. I'll do a review of them one day soon. My cousin's got the first 2 games though, so I can't really do that at the moment. But yeah, they announced that. They announced a whole shitload of Resident Evil games, Resident Evil Archives, Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. Well, that's been announced for a while, but they showed more stuff. Resident Evil for PSP Go. There's a new PSP coming out, can you believe it? Actually, the new PSP actually looks pretty sweet. They ditched the UMD drive off it and it's gone all digital. It could be actually pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, so, yeah, Sega's booth looks cool. And it's all gone back to how E3 used to be, like in, you know, 2006 and before, you know, where there's epic booths everywhere and hot booth babe sluts in skimpy clothing and merch being given away left, right and centre, and or what you guys call it, swag, you know, like pens and t-shirts and hats and shit. They're doing all that again, you know. Last year it was so sterile. Like, seriously, it was like this perfectly organised rectangular booth, and you just walked in and it was like they had like, each developer had their like little pod which had like 2 or 3 consoles on it, like Rock Band 2 had 2 or 3, and it just, it was horrible. It was just, I'm like, you got anything to give away? And they're like, I think I got 3 things. I got Postal 3, I got the keyring and the t-shirt, and I got a GameSpy t-shirt and an IGN Guitar Hero sticker overlay or something. That's like all I got. Yeah, so E3's back to being like really cool. So yeah, just trying to think of it. There's so many games announced. I can't even remember them. I'm like, just like... Mostly I've just put up all DS videos on my video game shrine one though. That's probably why I can't remember them all. There's Dead Rising 2 was announced actually. Oh, there's some for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and some Tushrindo or some Japanese anime versus Capcom or something. I don't know. The people who are into that will be really excited. So yeah, yeah. It's a shame I couldn't go to E3, but you know, no MK really there. I sort of knew there wouldn't be Mortal Kombat there. As you know, Midway weren't on the ESA list, which sort of meant Midway weren't going to be there. I mean, but it could have changed it could have changed at the last minute and they could have been there. I took a risk, but as it turns out, they weren't there. So hopefully they'll be there next year, or maybe there'll be another event this year or something. You know, who knows? But yeah, I'd love to get info on the next MK title, but we'll just have to wait and see. I know you guys have been waiting for my next Mortal Kombat reviews and that, and I know some of you are subscribed to my channel sort of just for the MK stuff. Wizard of War, man. Yeah, you know, lately I've been uploading like, I don't know, Jungle Strike captures from my Mega Drive. That's actually captured from my actual Mega Drive. That's not emulator. I made an AV cable, plugged it into the Mega Drive and captured it with this. I've got this cheap capture thing. It doesn't do the best captures. It's sort of, the image is a bit ghosty, but you know, it's decent. Anyway, yeah, some of you are wondering what's going on, you know, because I do that, and then I don't know, I do Mega Drive collection. I've got Gears of War 2 to do. I got my shit games that I told you about to do. You guys are wondering, you know, what's going on with the Mortal Kombats. Don't worry, I'm going to do Midway Arcade Treasures 2 now. Just to tide you guys over, because and that'll be the end of Sony titles other than Mortal Kombat 2 on PS3 and MKDCU on PS3, but I obviously don't have a PS3, so that won't be for a while. But I've still got, you know, Sega Saturn games to do on Master System and that, and I've been talking to a guy on my Xbox, and he thinks he can get me MK3 on Master System, so I won't do Master System games until I got that, or until I know if that's actually coming or not. So just I'll wait and see. But yeah, I'll just stop this talking video now because like this is just sort of an update. Yeah, and then I'll do the actual review for that Arcade Treasures 2. One thing I'll say is I got my MK reviews. You know, they're doing really well. Got some things planned. Maybe an intro, just a quick 20-second, 30-second thing to introduce my reviews. I've been talking with someone about it, and he wants to do it, and you know, I can't say when, but I'm hoping maybe within 3 months you guys will be seeing it, maybe even a lot sooner. But if we do it, it's going to be really cool, because this guy does video editing professionally. You know, he does movie editing, so it'll be really cool. And yeah, I'm hoping I can get some music with it too. I know a band. I'm hoping maybe they can do some quick cool music over the top or something. You know, I think it'll just sort of introduce the reviews better, and you know, hopefully they'll be funny too. The intro will be funny, you know, but yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't want to say any more than that. It's just sort of plans at the moment, and hopefully it all goes to plan, and yeah, you guys will get to see that soon. But for now, I'll just wind this up, and then we'll take a look at Midway Arcade Treasures 2 on PS2.